I want to welcome everybody to this demonstration. Nolan's best friend says that Mississippi has his back. Rock Squad, are y'all ready? Are y'all ready, Rock Squad? So now, Trayston has done an interview with Officer Tatum. Yeah, Trayston. And man, I got so much to say, but I'm gonna remain humble and I'm gonna remain calm. Salute to the chat, salute to the replay gang, salute to all of my wonderful moderators, and salute to the Rock Squad. First, I don't know if y'all have already seen some of Nolan's other friends. Now, according to Trayston, he says that Nolan's other set of friends have been attacking them. This other group of friends have been coming for them, which leads me to believe that, as we believe, it's definitely foul play on the part of those friends that Nolan went to Horn Island with. See, Nolan was liked by everybody. He was liked by everybody. Now, these are some of his friends. Let me just play it. Let me just play it to get it out the way. I see the chat. Let me play this. Now, this is Nolan's real friends. And let me just play this real quick, y'all.
You know, do y'all hang out outside of here a lot?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Do we? Yeah.
Y'all live together pretty much? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We be everywhere.
Sure.
Us three.
Last spring, us three, bro, we were together every day, wasn't it? Like, was it spring when it was cold and then he had the Chrysler? That was like 2 years ago, but every day, we just working out, go to the crib, play the workout, get eat, go to the crib, play the game, go home, get back on the game, just chilling, bro.
What's your favorite place to eat around here together? You know, do y'all hang out outside of here a lot?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Do we?
Y'all live together pretty much? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We be everywhere.
Sure.
Us three.
Last spring, us three, bro, we were together every day, wasn't it? Like, was it spring when it was cold and then he had the Chrysler? That was like 2 years ago, but every day, we just working out, go to the crib, play the workout, get eat, go to the crib, play the game, go home, get back on the game, just chilling, bro.
What's your favorite place to eat around here together? You know, do y'all hang out outside of here a lot?
So now, in this latest interview with Trayston, he's gonna mention these other friends and how, you know, they attacking them. Because honestly, even they know. Now, I'm going to just let the interview play, y'all, because let me just let it play, y'all. Let me just let this play, y'all, because y'all thought, let me just warn y'all, brace yourselves if y'all haven't already saw it. But y'all thought Warren was something. Wait till you hear this joker. Did
you have anything to do with Nolan's death?
No.
Do you have personal knowledge of someone directly in your friend group? Did you have anything to do with Nolan's death?
No.
Do you have personal knowledge of someone directly in your friend group having anything to do with Nolan's death?
No, not at all.
Now, let me just stop it, y'all. Just his demeanor tells me that he's with the BS. Arms folded, hat to the back. His whole demeanor is just straight off. Like, he got that type of attitude, like, yeah, I mean, you know, he got that slick attitude. I see you, positive vibes. I'm trying to be good, positive vibes. I'm trying to be good. But all right, y'all.
I saw you on television. You had an interview, and I felt like you laid out a few things that I think the world needs to know and be clear about.
Okay.
And The first one is the relationship that you had with Nolan. Can you explain your relationship with Nolan?
Yeah, I will. So his mom got on TV, as everybody has seen, and said that she didn't know me. And
I gotta stop it, y'all. Do him and Warren, do they got something in their throat, or is it the powder? Which one is it? Him and Warren sounds just alike. That irritating something up, All right, y'all. All right. I apologize, y'all. Let me do this, y'all.
Can't be farther from the truth. Me and Nolan, I met Nolan in 9th grade in a second block class. It was math. He was one of the first guys I made friends with. He was somebody I made a connection to, like off rip. He was an athlete. I could tell he was an athlete when I walked into class. We sat really close to each other. And all he did, he turned around and asked me for a pencil when I first met him in 9th grade when I moved to Ocean Spring. Man, it was tough, and the relationship there has always been best friend in my eyes. I never wanted to take away how close somebody else was with Nolan, but Nolan was my best friend. That was a guy I knew I could call at any point in time. He called me at 11 o'clock on the 4th to see where I was parked at. Man, me and Nolan have countless nights of him giving me advice on my girlfriend, on my life in general. Nolan has been the only friend, and I love my friends and my best friend in this group of guys, but Nolan has been the only person that ever told me, like, he's proud of what I've done. He's proud of how hard I worked. He's proud of me going overseas to go play ball. That was my guy. Like, that was my best friend.
Yeah, and so how does it make you feel when the media activists are coming out and alluding to the fact that you may have something to do with what happened to Nolan on that day?
Man, that hurts. It hurts is an understatement. I beat myself up every night I lay down. I beat myself up anytime it crosses my mind. Because in my head, if I wasn't drinking, if I didn't get into that altercation, maybe I would be able to do something. Maybe I would have saw something. Maybe I would have told Nolan, hey, man, you're not going with that girl. Just come back with us. We're going back a little bit later. We can go meet up with the guys later. Maybe it just plays out different. And then the fact that they're going to play that is I'm already trying to mourn my friend's death as is, and I'm blaming myself for it. To put that in my
Now, let me stop, y'all, because I got so much. All right, but I'll make sure I stay straight to the point. Now, what I've noticed, now this is part 5 of the interviews. He done 4 parts with, let me make sure this is part 5. Yeah, this is part 5. So he done 4 with Warren. Number 5 is with him. I've never heard Officer Tatum mention anything about the drowning. I've never heard him even say, I don't know why they just won't accept it as it being a drowning. I don't know. Even in this interview, and I listened to this interview, never nothing about why won't the people just accept that it was a drowning? Do you believe that it was a drowning? Officer Tatum always says, why do you think people think that you or y'all are responsible for what happened to Nolan? I just want to make that note, y'all.
A next level of hurt that can't be truly explained. Because, man, it's hard to put into words. Generally, it's backstabbing from a sense of a community that I thought I had with my skin color, and they stay so strong together, and I'm supposed to be one of them, but
I gotta stop it, y'all. I gotta stop it. I know, just bear with me. Let me come to my chat. Please forgive me, y'all. I know I'm all over the place, y'all. Please forgive me, y'all. Please forgive me. Please give me time to just get settled in, y'all. I've been busy today, y'all. I see you, Brent. Come on now. All those best friends, but nobody know nothing. The Illuminati got to him. They're all on it. You can say a lot about someone who is not here to speak on it themselves. Nolan mom say she doesn't know you, though, so you just want clout, Tristan. So he admitted to underage drinking. I see something sweet. Make sure y'all follow me on Twitch as well. Appreciate that time, Wolf. Officer Tatum's interview with this guy is totally different because he actually doesn't believe it. Please, you are not one of us. You are one of them. The nerve of him, though, Bryn. The nerve of him. I see you, Dred. That boy is Master's son. I mean, facts, Dred. Okay, yeah. I promise you, I'm going to just let it rip. All right, yeah. Just listen to him, though. Listen to him. Be quiet, Shane. Be quiet, Shane.
And now I'm the person to blame. Now I'm not dark enough for them. I'm not black enough for them. And now I'm the issue. It doesn't make sense. In my head, it doesn't make sense.
Was Nolan, I mean, obviously you were in a friend group, but the way the media makes it seem is that almost as if Nolan was the only black person in this whole friend group. Now they don't even mention you. They don't bring you up in this whole thing when it comes to, you know, what happened on at Horn Island. So what's your take on Nolan being, you know, presented as like the only black kid in a group of all these white boys?
That's crazy, man. I know we've spoken a little bit, but that friend group that I'm a part of to this day was the first friend group I was in when I moved to Ocean Springs as a new kid coming in. I never knew any of them. I'd known one, kind of, sort of, back from grade school because we went to the same private school together. But that was it. And him being the only black person, minority, any of that measure is insane. Our friend group is diverse from the max. Like, we have a mixed guy. I mean, we had Nolan in our friend group. There's an Asian a part of our friend group. There's a Latino that they're trying to perceive as white. He's truly authentic Mexican. His parents are from Mexico. They came over legally and they did everything right, and he's been here since. It blows my mind because our friend group is not a friend group that sees race. Our friend group sees what good you do for other people, what good you bring, and how the type of person you truly are and where your morals lie. That's one thing.
Now, let me say this, y'all. See how he just inserted himself? It's always those house ninjas, y'all. He even said it. Officer Tatum even said, when the friends came up, it was the YT friends that people were talking about. Nobody even knew who Tristan was, but he inserted himself. Same way with the assistant coach. He inserted himself. Same way with Officer Tatum. Inserted himself in business that don't got nothing to do with y'all. And now want to try to use the race card. Oh, it's because I'm not dark enough. Oh, I'm not Dude, it's because you a big dummy. That's why. Because you don't even have nothing to do with this. Warren is in the hot seat. Wyatt is in the hot seat. Though the other ones are in the hot seat. What you got to do with this?
Friends might not agree on everything, but our morals align. Our morals know. So for them to even make that narrative up really shows you have no idea what it's like down here on the coast. You have no idea how tight-knit Ocean Springs as a community is. You don't understand it. You don't see the thousands of kids in the high school football stands cheering their team on. Nobody cares what color you are. We're there to have fun and to just live. And that's how Nolan lived. That's how I live now. I've grown up and I have more big boy stuff, but in high school, all I cared about was going to hang out with my guys. And I mean, on a personal level that leads off of it, is like, it got me in trouble with my girlfriend just because I wanted to be with the guys. I never once thought, man, they look at me different. Man, I'm kind of an outcast to them. No. All their moms have always welcomed me with open arms. anytime I needed anything, I knew I could call them and their parents, and they would do anything in the world for me. So with Crump pushing this narrative, it's wrong.
Yeah,
it's completely wrong, especially about our friend group.
Yeah, I find it, especially after talking to you, meeting some of the guys, that it seems like there was an agenda. But can you walk us through just your perspective from that day? I don't know if did you go with them initially? Were you a part of the group that went to Horn Island?
So I wasn't, no, clear that up. No, I was not on the boat with them. Yes, I was a part of the group that was supposed to go out. So the only reason why I did not go on the boat is I was offered, I got begged to go, but my uncle, we also took 12 people out on our boat, not including us two, so 14. And my uncle knows the passengers wouldn't have helped. Generally wouldn't have helped with anything. With that many people on a boat, you need a little bit of help. Here's what comes out of your
what do you
So my uncle was like, hey.
What do you mean your uncle knew that these people wouldn't have helped? How do you and your uncle know something was going to happen? He's another warring y'all. He start a sentence, then he go over there. It's like he won't finish what he started saying. Let me come to my chat, y'all. This interview is just stupid. That Coke got Tristan Knowles running. Christine says she didn't know that fool. And he's even going to admit, he's going to say, well, no, she wasn't wrong when she said that, but I'm his friend. Dude, is she wrong? Or is she, which one is it? He's gonna say she's not wrong when she said that, I'm not his friend. Okay, you're not, well, because I did meet him in the 9th grade. Dude, let it go. You stuck your nose in business that you had no business sticking your nose in. I mean, I don't know what more else to say. You stuck your nose into business you ain't had no business sticking your nose in. Friend group like that, I don't want any friends, to be honest. Jabbar and his brother lighter than him. What is he talking about? Color. Justice for Nolan. So why are you doing an interview if you wasn't there? Facts. Offered money. At least he's showing some sort of remorse, unlike Warren. He isn't Nolan's best friend. Javon was, and the mom said that. He wasn't on the boat. So what do you know what he talking for? Oh, uncles was there. Who's next? Grandpa of the clans was there too. The mom said that, right, Shank? They turning people in circles. Make sure y'all hit that like button for me. I see you, Monty. They mixing because he was there, maybe. You can be Latin and white, for example. Nick, Fuentes, Spaniards born in Latin America. All right, y'all, last comment. I haven't seen not one of these boys shed a tear while talking about their best friend that the mother doesn't even know. Just talking about Nolan should bring tears to your eyes. Facts.
Can you just ride out with me and you can go do your thing throughout the day on the island? I don't care. I don't need you. I just need help to get out there and then pick everything up. Because I know all these people are going to be drunk and they're not going to want to do the extras that nobody sees about going out on the boat, right? And so I told Wyatt that, and oops, my bad. But I told him, I told him that, and I told him everything, which was go to plan. We were leaving a little bit earlier than them. I was gonna try to have a spot saved out. And Nolan calls me at 11 o'clock. I missed his phone call. Called me twice. I missed both of them. I saw Wyatt and Nolan on the boat. They pulled right in front of our boat. And they were screaming. I turned my head and I was like, yo, there's a spot over there. Where they end up anchoring out. I helped them set their stern anchor. from the time they showed up until now, going back to it, 20 minutes before they left, I was with them. That's who I was with. I spent all day with them, minus the morning time before they got out there. But from the time they got out there to the time they went back in, I was with them. Those are my friends, man. Those are my guys.
Yeah, I want to get a few more details.
I'm sorry about that.
I know that. Yeah, go ahead. I know that you were all over the news because there was a perceived fight. People, this is the thing that gets me, and I want to you clarify this. When I saw the video that they put out on the internet claiming that Nolan was saying, "Give me my effing phone back," the coach came out, Nolan's coach came out and said immediately he knew it wasn't Nolan's voice. And obviously it wasn't Nolan's voice because you were the one that was
me yelling,
in there yelling, and you got into an altercation with somebody. What happened after that? Like, put me in your place where the fight is over, whatever happened. Nolan is somewhere, you're somewhere, you're hanging out. And when was the last time that you saw Nolan before you left Horn Island?
So, after the fight, I didn't stay on Horn Island much longer. So I was really upset. So with you hear me yelling, my uncle had told me to get on the boat and wouldn't let me back off the boat. Obviously, I was really mad and I wanted to fight, wanted to get off. What wasn't smart, man. And so I was on the boat, I'm yelling, and shortly after that, I left the island. I left probably 30 to 45 minutes after I got into a fight. We started to pack up and left because I was so upset. As Javon mentions, that they were ready to get me back to land because I was really mad. I was genuinely really mad. But the last time I saw Nolan, I was walking to the boat. This was before the fight. It's me and my old lady. We had just got out of a group of people. Nolan was walking towards Wyatt's boat. I was walking in the opposite direction towards my boat. And I dabbed Nolan up. I made a slick comment about something, actually about the girl that he was with. I made a slick comment to him.
Stop right there. What I tell y'all, I made a slick comment about the girl that he was with, Katie. I'm going to backtrack it for y'all. I made a slick comment about the girl that he was with. They had a problem. Now, it could have been for different reasons now. You know, Katie could have been the jump off. Katie could have been the 304. Who knows? Or Katie could have been a lot of them boys, a lot of them teenagers on that island. Katie could have been their dream girl just the same as way as she was Nolan. It happens all the time. A girl choose somebody else, and the dudes that's been trying to get with her get upset and get mad. Whatever happened to Nolan had something to do with Katie. Some folks didn't like that. Now, why would he say something slick? See, this is what I'm saying in the beginning of this demonstration, what I tell y'all. By looking at him with his arms folded, with his hat to the back, his whole demeanor comes off as one of them slick MFers. And everybody know a slick MFer. That dude that just think he's just too slick. That dude is too smart for his own good. That dude is so smart that he's dumb. And that's him. Look at him. That's a slickster. Back in the 80s, I know it's a long time ago, but back in the 80s, that's what they were called, slicksters. And that's what he is. I'm going to backtrack it though. So we know that according to him, he said something to Nolan about that girl. He said something slick. I'm backtracking.
I left probably 30 to 45 minutes after I got into a fight. We started to pack up and left because I was so upset. As Javon mentions, that they were ready to get me back to land because I wasn't really mad. I was genuinely really mad. But the last time I saw Nolan, I was walking to the boat. This was before the fight. It's me and my old lady. We had just got out of a group of people. Nolan was walking towards Wyatt's boat. I was walking in the opposite direction towards my boat. And I dabbed Nolan up. I made a slick comment about something, actually about the girl that he was with. I made a slick comment to him. I was joking around, and I kept going. And not even 10 minutes after that is when I got into a fight. Last thing I told Nolan was, all right, buddy, I love you. See you later. And I'm glad I said it. I had been under the influence a little bit, and that's probably why I did say it at the time, just, getting all lovey-dovey, but...
At least I won't have to make room for dating around my gaming schedule. That would suck. I'm gonna die right now.
I'm at peace, I said it. I'm glad I said it. That was my last encounter with Nolan. I was telling him I love him.
Did you have any... So you leave the island. Did you have any encounters or association with these phones, with the keys? Did you have any connection to that?
I did not. So what I know, Warren started, I got my first phone call from Warren at about 9:20. I didn't answer it. I was asleep. I'd been on the boat all day. I didn't feel like going to party anymore. I went to bed. So I got my first phone call about 9:20, and I didn't wake up again until a little after 11 o'clock. And that was to my brother coming in the room being like, hey, Warren's trying to get a hold of you. You need to answer the phone. They're looking for Nolan. And I'm half awake, and I pick up the phone. And by this time, nobody had came to the house to grab anything. And Warren gets on the phone, and he's just like, hey, man, he was like, hey, have you talked to Nolan? Anything else? I was like, no, I haven't talked to him, man. He was with that girl last time I knew. And he was like, okay. He was like, man, we can't get a hold of him. We don't know where he's at. And I was like, man.
So everybody knows that girl name is Katie. Everybody knows Katie. Why they keep referring to her as that girl? That girl. My man. That girl got a name, and her name is Katie. Why? That girl. No, Katie.
Nolan. He's probably just out somewhere with that girl. Like, get a hold of the girl, you'll probably find Nolan. It's no big deal. And he was like, all right. He was like, but we're starting to freak out. We're getting on the phone with Coast Guard. I was like, okay. And at that time, he had already talked to his mom, Nolan's mom. And he was getting on the phone with the Coast Guard. And I need to be specific about this. I did not call Warren's phone. I called another one of our buddies' phone.
Hold up, y'all. I can't do it with this dude, man. I'm going to get back to him. I told y'all he switched more lanes than Shankrod. Every time he about to say something, oh no, hold up. Oh, no. Let me just come to my chat to relax. He said something in that interview that his white side of his family were the only ones to support him. Facts. Y'all gonna hear that. Did he just get off of work? I'm so confused. There is no girl. Warren's interview was bad enough. This just stopped. You could tell these interviews are rehearsed. Is Katie even real? That guy also seems to have a problem with Ben Crump too. Facts. Katie left, so was he with another girl that wasn't mentioned? Right. This dude is disrespectful. Why would they be trying to get in touch with Nolan if they had Nolan's phone? Facts. Watch his body language. No searching on land, just straight water searching. They only claiming her only when they hitting that. But when things went down and took a turn for the worse when it came to Nolan, all of a sudden, Katie is that girl. Good point. OMG, he's stressing me out. He's stressing me out too, something sweet. Is he high? I believe he high as a kite. Katie is the true key. Katie, in my opinion, is a rumor and a fake alibi person. I don't believe Katie is real. Let's get back to this dude, y'all. This dude, man. Hold up, y'all.
That they were ready to get me back to land because I wasn't really mad. I was genuinely really mad. But the last time I saw Nolan, I was walking to the boat. This was before the fight. It's me and my old lady. We had just got out of a group of people. Nolan was walking towards Wyatt's boat. I was walking in the opposite direction towards my boat. And I dabbed Nolan up. I made a slick comment about something, actually about the girl that he was with. I made a slick comment to him. I was joking around, and I kept going. And not even 10 minutes after that is when I got into a fight. Last thing I told Nolan was, all right, buddy, I love you. See you later. And I'm glad I said it. I had been under the influence a little bit, and that's probably why I did say it at the time, just, getting all lovey-dovey. But I'm at peace I said it. I'm glad I said it. That was my last encounter with Nolan. Just telling him I love him.
Did you have any, so you leave the island, did you have any encounters or association with these phones, with the keys? Did you have any connection to that?
I did not. So what I know, Warren started, I got my first phone call from Warren at about 9:20. I didn't answer it. I was asleep. I'd been on the boat all day. I didn't feel like going to party anymore. I went to bed. So I got my first phone call about 9:20. And I didn't wake up again until a little after 11 o'clock. And that was to my brother coming in the room being like, hey, Warren's trying to get a hold of you. You need to answer the phone. They're looking for Nolan. And I'm half awake, and I pick up the phone. And by this time, nobody had came to the house to grab anything. And Warren gets on the phone, and he's just like, hey, man, he was like, hey, have you talked to Nolan? Anything else? I was like, no, I haven't talked to him, man. He was with that girl last time I knew. And he was like, okay. He was like, man, we can't get a hold of him. We don't know where he's at. And I was like, man, it's Nolan. He's probably just out somewhere with that girl. Like, get a hold of the girl, you'll probably find Nolan. It's no big deal. And he was like, all right. He was like, but we're starting to freak out. We're getting on the phone with Coast Guard. I was like, okay. And at that time, he had already talked to his mom, Nolan's mom. And he was getting on the phone with the Coast Guard. And I need to be specific about this. I did not call Warren's phone. I called another one of our buddies' phone, and it was on speakerphone. They were all together. I was talking on my other buddy's phone, talking to Warren. He was dialing Coast Guard because he hung up the phone and was like, hey, this is them, bye, and hung up the phone. And that was the last time I talked to him until the next morning when we all decided, when I woke up about 7 o'clock that morning, we had all decided that we were going to go out on the boat and go look for Nolan. Wyatt had already had his boat still in the water. We took that boat out. It was
what day are we talking?
That's Sunday morning.
Sunday morning on the 6th? The 5th?
So it was Saturday the 4th was the 4th of July. Mm-hmm. The 5th was Sunday. We were on the water from 9:45 to 11:50, 12 o'clock era, about lunchtime. Mm-hmm. While we were on the water, we talked to a rescue guy, and he told us to get off the water and said that they kind of had the island and the water under control. That's the professionals, man. Yeah. They told us to get on social media and find out any information we can. And by that time, we had already talked to a good amount of people out there. So it just made sense. So we went back in and we concluded our search and started to search all socials and started sharing everything we could and trying to get a hold of anybody that could have talked to Nolan, that Nolan possibly would have reached out to.
How could Nolan reach out to anybody if y'all had his phone? How could Nolan reach out to anybody if his phone left off the island on the boat. I don't even got no hair. And I'm scratching and pulling out my hair. He said they were trying to get in touch with anybody that Nolan may have got in touch with. How? How could Nolan get in touch with anybody? Let me come to my chat. Hey, look, y'all. I can tell we ain't gonna be here long tonight, y'all. I can't do this. I can't. So you think they trying to blame K? PK, what are you talking about? All I know, they all going to jail, including Grandpapa Jerry, for obstruction of a crime scene while the dispatcher asked them, was everybody okay? They lied Grandpapa Jerry in trouble for assistance. Just saying ish, bruh, of a dead body. My goodness, to hear these boy mouths make me sick hearing this. Why is this happening? I don't know what phone calls and interviews is worse. Jarvis Butts jail calls with his broads or these interviews, y'all. I don't know which one is worse. In this video, I seen it, but I gotta be careful to show that video, y'all, because YouTube will strike my channel. I saw the video of, somebody throwing allegedly Nolan on the dirt and all that. I saw it, but I got to be careful, y'all. So give me a minute, DJ, to figure out how I can, show it over here. But I saw it. PK, go somewhere with that ish. I was just about to say that, Shank. Why didn't you guys go to the funeral? Katie, not real. She would have been doing interviews also. Good point. They just refused to mention or explain that phone. Shank, you keep overlooking my comments. If I overlook your comment, put it in a super chat. I say it all the time, the Bright View. If I overlook your comment, put it in a super chat. For real. The video is on YouTube. It's called Footprints in the Sand, Nolan Wells. While they were going back and forth with the body on the boat, Nolan's mom was pinging Nolan's phone. Well, who was the girl asking is he dead? Why was it important to say Nolan was Asian? How could Nolan call anyone when Warren took his phone? I'm so glad they did these interviews. The lies speak for themselves. Facts. All these people talking about they're his best friend, but where were his best friends when he really needed them? Facts. He's a goofy trying to play hard. All right, y'all, let me get back to this dude right here, y'all. I don't know how much longer I can take of this dude, y'all.
That led into the night. It led all night long. I didn't sleep at all. Sunday, Monday, I was up at 5 a.m. I was putting fuel in our boat at 6. I got told that we were taking out another boat to Chandelier at 7. So I put my boat back on the lift, and I went to McDonald's, and then I got the news after I left McDonald's that his body was found. So it was already a plan that we were going and searching and trying to do everything we possibly can. And that's all I wanted to do. Is I wasn't there to help him out in his last minutes, but now I feel like as a friend and as one of my guys, man, I do everything in my power to help now. And that's why I have reached out to the family. I have donated to the family, and I have given them just your normal death gifts, I would say, as you pay your respects. And
do you think Benjamin Crump being involved in this case made it?
I can't do this, y'all. I can't do this. I can't do this.
Bean has been making packs for over 40 years. That's led to more than 80 styles and counting. With side.
Hold up, y'all. Why are they so upset? Hold up, y'all. Why is Officer Tatum so obsessed with Ben Crump? What was Mariah's song? Why are you so obsessed with me? Why? Why are they so obsessed with Ben Crump? Lord have mercy on my soul. Hold tight, y'all. Hold up, y'all.
Monday, I was up at 5 a.m. I was putting fuel in our boat at 6. I got told that we were taking out another boat to Chandelier at 7. So I put my boat back on the lift, and I went to McDonald's, and then I got the news after I left McDonald's that his body was found. So it was already a plan that we were going and searching and trying to do everything we possibly can. And that's all I wanted to do. Is I wasn't there to help him out in his last minutes, but now I feel like as a friend and as one of my guys, man, I do everything in my power to help now. And that's why I have reached out to the family. I have donated to the family, and I have giving them just your normal death gifts, I would say, as you pay your respects. And
do you think Benjamin Crump being involved in this case made it better or worse?
100,000 times % worse. Because why on the Tuesday after where has your civil rights been broken? Where has it been shown? You brought Benjamin Crump to stir up a community that's already tight-knit. Yeah, we might not be best friends with everybody, but I promise, if you're talking about Ocean Springs as a whole, Ocean Springs is going to have Ocean Springs back 110%. We back each other. Everybody I've seen, we back each other. And for them to push this narrative and really push it, just shows me is like you have no idea who you're dealing with or who you're messing with. And I think he's taking the grieving parents and manipulating and turning this and making it sound all bad, because nothing's like that at all. No.
Have you got death threats? Or, because I know that the other young men that I spoke to about this, especially the white young men, they're getting all kind of death threats. They're being accused of killing Nolan. Did you get the same backlash and threats that some of those guys have gotten?
Yes, I've gotten the death threats per se, but I've also gotten the threats along the lines of where it's like been cast out of the black community. I've been called white. I've been called a wetback. All these things. I've been sent photos of me and my grandmother, and they've been told that she's the devil. She's just looking for the time to kill you. You need to be careful and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, man, if y'all want to know the story.
At the start, you pick a shelter. Once chosen,
my bad. Come on in, Miss Park. I'm all over the place tonight, Miss Park.
What that don't even sound right. Yeah, they sent me a picture. Me and my grandma said, she's gonna unalive you. Shane. But this is the biggest question. And then my first question I asked in the chat was, what's a death gift? What's the death gift? And he made sure to throw it out. Officer Tatum made sure, yeah, and I sent them a donation. As if that's gonna make them say, well, let's not look at him. He sent the donation. Didn't Khalil go over and sit with Miss Salamandra after what happened to Shanquilla over there in Mexico?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
So let's not say what somebody won't do. Thirdly, it's the main question. Y'all said Nolan got on somebody else's boat to come back. Why do y'all feel like he was on that island? If y'all didn't notice something happened to him in the water, why do y'all keep going back to that island? Thousands of people out there. And you mean tell me he couldn't call a ride with nobody for y'all to keep wanting to, yeah, we went and checked the island. For what? If y'all didn't already do something to that boy in the water, why do y'all keep wanting to go on this water? Y'all don't know where the boy is. Y'all said he wanted to stay with Katie. Then y'all said he caught a ride. That was the second story. He caught a ride with somebody else. Why they never said he caught a ride with Katie? They said he wanted to stay with Katie, but they said Nolan caught a ride with somebody else. How y'all know that if y'all wasn't there? Because last time Warren said he seen Katie, him and Katie was cuddled up in the water. So how do y'all know that he caught a ride with somebody else? And if y'all said that, because remember Ashley said that, correct? And didn't Warren's real mama say it too? Mm-hmm. So if Shank Rock catch a ride from the water in the island, why are we looking on the island? This is per y'all. See, we got to listen to everything. That's why the interviews are important. I'm just saying.
Let me let Mel slide in, and then after Mel, Kay, you slide in. Come on, Mel.
Salute Shank, salute Miss Parker, salute Kay.
Amen.
What got me? And I'm sitting here like, this dude is when did he not say he was leaving the island because he was in a fight? And so he had 2 fights.
He was mad.
So he had a fight with his old lady, as he called her. And then that got you so mad that you was leaving the island, but you and your old lady passed Nolan, and you dapped Nolan up, and then you had another fight. So did you say something slick out your mouth about Katie and you fought Nolan?
Because he never said what Nolan's response was to him saying something slick. Nolan is just Nolan is just this good-go-lucky spirit, nice guy that any and everybody can just have their way with. And Nolan, get the F on the boat. And Nolan, okay, I'm not coming. Come on, Mel, finish me.
Even though the boat's sinking, Nolan, just get on. Okay, I'm coming. But if you pass Nolan, then you wouldn't have passed him in the water. You would have had to been on land, right? So I'm still trying to figure out how Nolan got in the water in front of Warren's them boat with Katie. Make it make sense. So I'm thinking now you was already leaving the island because you were in a fight, and then you got into another fight. So did you fight Nolan? That's my take that I got out of it. I was like, whoa. I noticed that Officer Tatum took this conversation with him very racial.
Yes. Let me let Kay slide in, Mel, and then I'm gonna go back to y'all know. Come on, Kay, slide in.
Man, this is like and thank you for having me on once again. Hello to the panel, Miss Parker Shank, and I'm not sure the other lady's name. I'm sorry.
Mel.
Forgive me, Miss Mel. Okay, Miss Mel. My blood is boiling right now. This is a joke.
Yeah.
And it's disrespectful to the family. I have so much to say, so bear with me. I'm just my mind is all over the place. I don't even know why this interview was even done. He didn't even have the decency to come to the interview dressed properly. You look like you just painted a whole house. You look like you just come from painting a whole house. I I'm so confused right now. Like, where did he even come into the picture at? I'm people are inserting themselves in this situation, and we really didn't even really know about you. Okay, we knew you had a fight on an island. We knew that, but you're saying a lot right now, and what's a death gift? What is a death gift?
And
This is
Kay,
so
can I say something what Kay just
disrespectful.
said? Kay, you right. Where did Tristan come in? Where is Wyatt? We want to talk to the driver of the boat.
The main players are not even coming up. It's random people. We didn't even really know about you. You did one interview and you said what? You wasn't going to do another interview, and now you're on Officer's Booty Liquor podcast or whatever. And this is, I feel so bad for the mother. I can't even put anything into words right now. I can't even think or comprehend right now because this pissed me off. What happened to Nolan? What happened to him? Nobody. Why are we talking about all this? I don't understand.
This
And it's sad. I feel so bad for the mom and the dad and period. I feel so bad. I feel so.
and Kay, what do Ben Crump got to do with?
We need
No,
Katie
what
to.
do Ben Crump got to do with the island? I'll wait.
I'm waiting for the buddy and
This
the
is
other
a
buddy and the other
circus right
buddy and the other
now.
buddy.
It is, Kay. It's really distasteful. I agree with you 100%. I didn't even.
And then you
I
come to
ain't.
the interview with your hat turned backwards, like you hood, like you from the hood. Oh, I get, man, we don't care about who calling you what, who threatening you or nothing. What happened to Nolan?
But
He got
Kay,
the
the
white
threat
tea
was
girl
Kay. He said
dream.
the threat. Y'all pay attention to the threat. They said my granny looked evil and she was gonna unalive me. What?
Mm-hmm.
When did that become a
The
threat?
grand,
What?
the granny must be white then.
I
Grandma
think
must
the
But
be
most
white.
disturbing part about this is when you state that, and Officer Tatum kind of helped him rah around this about um, he mixed and the black side, the people don't accept him, and that was like that was just insane for him to even be saying that during this interview. That's why I thought that Officer Tatum took the interview with him very racial. Like he made him insert himself into this um because he's half white. Now I'm gonna treat you like the white boy, but see you have black too. So I want you to kind of
Mel,
like
pay
fit it.
attention. He's pushing that racism to say they're getting picked on too because of their race. It's been a
Yes.
narrative, y'all, created from the
Mm-hmm.
day that they did this to Nolan. I've been saying that. This is story time for them. They
Let,
actually sat down, and this is all part. Shank, I'm trying to tell you, this is all part of their alibi, their narrative that they're trying to push. And now the race card is coming into it because, like I said, it was said, like I asked, why was they bringing up Nola mama being Chinese? What they got to do with her son being unalive?
Nothing is about Nolan right
no.
now.
Nothing.
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 Let me go back to him real quick, y'all. I'm gonna come back to y'all.
I mean, my whole
Lord
life has
Jesus.
been my white side of my family. So for y'all to sit there and drag their name and to drag me down, and I'm supposed to be one of y'all, and you're supposed to have my back, and we're supposed to be in this together, and it's really eye-opening.
Did it shock you that it turned this way? Meaning that, you see everything happen. Nolan was your friend. From all the young men I talked to, it seemed like Nolan was the life of the party. Everybody loved Nolan. He gets along with everybody. Everybody's cool. Everybody feels like Nolan made them feel like everybody's his best friend, right? I mean, everybody felt connected to Nolan. Were you shocked that it turned like this? I mean, where this community was tight knit, Nolan's friend group was tight. He he ends up losing his life in an unfortunate situation, which nobody knows exactly what happened. Did it shock you that it turned into some racial thing?
Yes, racial, I do agree. Now, it going famous or going viral, that part didn't shock me. Thinking about it and being honest, like, that's not a surprise because everybody didn't love Nolan. Especially around here, everybody loved Nolan. So for people to repost that, they know Nolan. I mean, they know he did not have one hateful thing in his heart. And racism, no. That was a shock. That was a complete shock from his mom and from his stepdad. Like, that's a shock. That's an utter shock because it's like, first off, I don't know how to word this. Nolan wasn't fully black. Nolan's mixed. Nolan has a little bit of Asian in it. You don't hear that, though. You don't. So to turn it as like somebody's harping down on Nolan because of the color of his skin, you don't know us. You don't know our community. It's crazy that people are just running with a lie. And it's so easy for people to believe it from the outside, looking into Mississippi's history, per se. But it's like, you're looking at history. Let's go to each state's history. I bet they're not the best with black people. Like, people change. You learn history so you don't repeat it. Everybody knows that.
What's the craziest lie that you've seen floating around there about this situation? I know there's a lot of.
Come on, Miss Parker.
See, you letting it play too much. Dang, it's so many key things in this. Y'all know I'm a pause it. Y'all know I'm a pause.
I gotta let it play to keep because come on.
Now y'all know I'm a pause it on my channel every couple seconds. It'll take us 2 hours to get through a 20-minute video. He said, y'all supposed to have my back. Kay said something specific that went over our heads. She said, where did he come from? Because if y'all go back to Warren's, he said, yeah, we got to the beach. My buddy Javon and Tristan and was there. Where did you come from, Tristan? You was already on the island. From what he said, you didn't come with them.
You wasn't on the boat.
So you wasn't on none of them three boats. He said when we got to the island, I see my homeboy Javen on the island. I see my homeboy Trace and them on the island. Like, come on, where did you come from, sir? And then he said, y'all supposed to have my back. For what? What is your part then? If y'all didn't have nothing to do with Nolan, what is people supposed to have your back about, sir? We didn't know you. We didn't know you till Javon said it wasn't Nolan asking about his phone. It was my homeboy Tristan. He mentioned Joe's name. Javon did. Not Warren. Nobody knew nothing about you, sir. Mr. Tatum, come to the front, please. We got some questions for you. Because see, the nerds, again, y'all pay attention when somebody's creating a story. They creating a play. This is a play Officer Tatum has got paid to set in stone. And we are watching this all over America, watching this, and I'm watching it in disbelief. He said, "Yeah, where y'all supposed to have my back for what? About what? We trying to figure out what happened to Nolan. People are just pointing out that when we say racial things that bring race into it, Mr. Tatum, we are saying if it was a boat full of black boys and Nolan, them, and Warren was gone, it'd be a different scenario, sir.
Let me let Kay and Mel come in, Miss Parker, before I go back. Come on, Kay, and then Mel.
Man, that boy, he I'm stuttering and everything. He's very disrespectful. I'll be the one to be like, where your mama and your daddy at? I want to see your mom and your dad at this point, because why are you doing this? Why? And then now the dad is the stepdad. Did you catch that? When did he become the stepdad? Is that his stepdad?
Well, what was confirmed to me by a family member that that is his biological dad. They just gave Nolan the last name Wells because they wanted to keep the tradition of the name going. Because you know that Wells name is very, significant, and they got a lot of history to it. Like I broke down the Ida B. Wells. She was one of the founders of the NAACP, and she did a lot of community activists and everything down there in Mississippi. And they wanted to keep that Wells name, and being as though Nolan is a boy, when he make children and he get a family, that's even making the Wells name stronger. Now I'll backtrack to my source and ask, is that? Go ahead. Come on, Miss Paul.
Can I ask y'all a question, Kay and Shane? What do that got to do with what happened to Nolan? Who has to even break that down? If he was his
And why? And
if
why?
he was
I want to know why.
Shane, what do that got to do with what happened to that boy on July the 4th? I mean, I'm confused.
No, this is rehearsed. This is coached. They trying to kick the family back in on a low. Somebody is putting them up to do this. And guess what? Other people are going to come out who was on that boat, who came out. Warren, and now him. It's going to be Wyatt and somebody else next. Watch what I say.
And then can y'all pay attention to what he said when he said, well, Nolan's got Chinese in him. Why they ain't saying nothing about that? But y'all saying y'all his friend.
That's why I say it's coach. Somebody is coaching these kids. And you sitting up there dirty, looking like a handyman fresh off of work. Get out of here, bro.
Let Mel slide in. Go ahead and finish up, Kate, and then Mel, you come in, and then I'm going to go back to the interview. So the lady in the background, that's Ida B. Wells. That's the one that I was mentioning, that is a descendant, ancestor of Nolan and them. Come on, Kay, finish up, and then Mel, you come in.
This is a disgrace. This is I really pray and hope that the family just, how can I put it? Just stay calm. Because me, I would have lit all them homes up. Everybody, a threat. I am the threat.
Come on in, Mel. Let Mel slide in, Kate. Come on, Mel.
I was just sitting here thinking, like, you guys notice that all of the buddies have boats and cars? They was running back and forth to that island. But they all have boats and cars. And they're barely out of high school. That's just a thought.
All right, let me go back to him, y'all.
A lot of mysterious things, but like, to you, what's the craziest thing that you've heard somebody say about this?
That my buddy in the photo was his lover. That was wild. That's been the utmost craziest, because it's like, what? Like, where'd you get that from? Yeah. I mean, also the lies of just how racist Mississippi is, or how racist the coast is in Ocean Springs. And yeah, no, you don't know this, man. Like, you have no idea. And what I thought was crazy from the beginning was he's the only black person on the boat. He's the only black person on the island. No, not at all. Like, not once. Like, where'd you get this background information from?
How many people are on that island from your vantage point?
On the 4th of July?
Yeah.
Thousands? 13 miles? Like, I mean, you're talking hundreds and hundreds of boats that are carrying minimum 4 to 8, 9 people. Like, I'm talking like on the lower end, man. We're talking about smaller vessels here. Man, if I had to take a rough estimate in my area of the island that I was in, 400, 500 people easy. If I'm taking an actual estimate of 400 to 500 people easy. In our group, and the group of, I would say, young adults that were in the group of Nolan Wells, 100, 150, 200 people.
Come on, Miss Parker.
You know, I'm gonna drop down after this because I don't want to mess up your show. Wait a minute. How we go from thousands to 500? They math, Shank, ain't never mathing. The numbers go up and down and fluctuate. Thousands of people. Now, in Nolan's group, it wasn't 30. It was 100. But I thought Warren said he seen about 50 people he knew. Shane.
What happened to Nolan? What happened to Nolan?
Man.
What are we doing here? What are we doing here?
Shane, Tristan, when did he's... Was you on the boat? Is this another character unlocked that was on the boat that this wasn't? Because I Ben Crump, I'm saying hire the best of the best. It's all I'm saying to Ben Crump, hire the best of the best of intelligence to come and burn it down. And when we talk about Mississippi, for me, because that's where the Emmett Till story will never die. They could try to, they could say and do whatever. Anytime things like this happen, we think it is gonna automatic. It's our history. It's history that is repeating itself. Is why Mississippi is coming up. We ain't saying it's not racist in every state. We know this, young man. See, maybe his mom and them need to go back. The black side need to go back and educate him on that. See, Tatum, why you too busy creating a narrative on a young man's death? Because it ain't about a black man. It's a young man gone. His mother and them will never see him again. Because what does race got to do with July the 4th? It's another narrative to be spent on. They suffering too. Nolan's gone. They alive. And you are creating lies for these people, for money, blood money, devil money. Against somebody that's dead, that deserves to be here, that deserves to be with his family right now like they are. Come on, Shane. That's why I say I pauses it, because there's so much critical stuff that's being said, and it's like, but what do I got? You are saying you're interviewing them to put their truth out. What does race got to do with what happened to this boy on July the 4th? And tell me the most craziest thing that's been said. Hell, y'all know I'm gonna say some crazy shit. Y'all know I'm gonna say it all. Because that's what you giving us, honey. You're giving this to the American people. You're giving this to the black people. Tatum. If somebody do something to you, Shank, so they said Shank was black, and do you think? I want to know what happened to Shank Rock. I'm not, that's irrelevant. Stepdaddy's irrelevant. If it's a stepdaddy, and then gonna say, well, they ain't say nothing. Hell, if y'all can't look at his mama, maybe somebody needs to go back to school. If we can't look at his mom and know that that girl got something in her, so y'all need to go back to school. Again, what do I have to do with Nolan?
Let me let Mel and Kay slide in, Miss Parker. Mel and Kay, come on, one of y'all come in.
My heart is breaking. It is really breaking. I'm like, what happened to Nolan?
Mm-hmm.
This interview is pointless.
Mm-hmm.
It's pointless. It's pointless.
Mm-hmm.
What are we doing here? It doesn't make sense.
That's why I'm just really letting it play, because man, it's like everything he say can be picked apart. It's just, he's worse than Warren. It's just like, dude, first of all, you ain't even had nothing to do with none of this. All you had to do was say, look, my name ain't Bennett and I ain't in it. That's it. Hey, ain't nobody coming for me. Ain't nobody got no smoke for me. So I ain't being nobody Captain Save a Hoe. This is serious business right here. I ain't getting involved in that ish.
This is demonic. This is really demonic. And I believe there's more people in that room. And I want to speak to Wyatt. Where's Wyatt interview? Wyatt, step up to the plate, man. This is demonic.
Yeah.
No emotion, no feelings. Nolan is your best friend. He's your friend, your buddy since elementary, middle school. No tears, no nothing.
Nothing. And
what are we doing here?
And they all paint this perfect picture of Nolan. That's the narrative that they painted. So why would anybody do anything to him? He's just this great guy. You know, he's the life of the party. Man, how many of y'all seen Paid in Full? How many of y'all seen Paid in Full with Mikel Pfeiffer, Cameron, and I forgot my man's name. Remember? And Cameron killed Mikel Pfeiffer. Mitch, he was the life of the party. And didn't Cameron kill him? So y'all see, they can't get over on the real ones. We know it. We seen it in movies. We seen it in real time. Most of us experienced it one way or another. So you can't pass that on for us. Let me go back to him for a minute and we'll come back and cook.
So the idea that Nolan went out with 4 white boys and they took him to a deserted island and he was allegedly last seen with a girl and they just abandoned him. What do you say to that?
No. From the time they left, including myself, and also when I left the island, I could have named 50 people I really trust behind the helm of a boat that Nolan knew.
Stop right there. Now you got 50 people at least that you can count that know Nolan, and Nolan know him, and they would. So you mean to tell me, okay, let's say y'all left. Nolan's still on the island. Something happened to Nolan. You can't dress it up. Let's go with what the sheriff and let's go with the medical examiner said. Nolan drowned. All them people on the island, nobody seen this man drowning. It's not like he didn't know how to swim. I get it. But the tides and all that shit, nobody seen Nolan. So you mean to tell me Nolan just, after y'all left, Nolan just got away from everybody and got out of everybody's eyesight? So nobody saw this man drowning? But according to y'all, he was with Katie when he left? Y'all never mentioned anything about Nolan drowned. And I don't see why it would be anything other than that. The sheriff, the medical examiner, they all said he drowned. So that's what I got to go by. I don't know nothing else. Because that's what it was, a drowning. But y'all are going all the way around the barnyard to try to convince us that Nolan was this great guy. Y'all trying to convince us that y'all alibi is solid. Your alibi is we had the phone because he left us with the phone, because you know you can't be in the water with the phone. Well, he was with that girl when and then the last time, and I mean, stop it, y'all. Mel, come on then.
Oh, excuse me. I mean, I agree. They going all around the corner with the whole story, and still they made it to the beginning. Everybody have seen Nolan in a different place, but I still agree. If y'all say all them people was on that island, and the way the pictures that I saw, that was all each area that the people were standing were heavily populated areas, and the water was only waist deep. So if you saw him with Katie, you saw him with Katie. But why are y'all piggybacking off Miss Parker? Why y'all got the Coast Guard looking for him?
Mm-hmm.
Like none of those people, and even there was somebody that interviewed just a random person that said that there was a very boat friendly place. So if somebody's in distress, somebody gonna throw them a lifesaver, a boogie board, or something. So all of those people, Warren, 3 rows of people, and nobody saw Nolan drowning. Nobody had a boogie board, a life jacket. Come on now. You have to make it make sense. But they're trying so hard to create this narrative of everybody, what's his best friend. I don't care who you are. You only got one best friend. You might have several friends, but you only got one bestie. And he just knew everybody. He was this good guy. So first y'all want to say, well, we left him on the island with Katie. Then y'all group was hollering for him to get in the boat that was sinking. And you dapped him up. You walked right by him, so we damn sure know you wasn't walking on water. So you walked by him on land. So make it make sense. Why are we looking for him in the water?
My point exactly.
Let me go back to him, y'all.
Talk to him. Even if he was left, there was tons and tons of people out there. There was 10 boats that camped out at Horn Island. I know a boat that didn't leave Horn Island until 8 o'clock that night.
Look here. This isn't just an ordinary denture, but the global...
Wait, Shay, hold on for 1 minute. If he know a boat didn't leave until 8 o'clock that night, how the heck he know that? But he left early because he got into a fight.
Right.
Oh my God.
Right. Make it make sense, somebody.
Oh.
Can I come in real quick, Shank? One more point.
Hey, Miss Parker.
Nobody would have ever seen. Nobody. I'll take that back. Nobody would have ever left somebody on Horn Island. That's a place of everybody loves to go and hang out. That's their peace. Nobody wants to see anybody out there, especially in the boating community. And I can speak on that, like, genuinely. I grew up in it. That's absurd. It's absurd.
So can you help me understand the fight a little better? Because I interviewed Warren, who's your friend, and he had made mention that his brother was involved in the fight. So can you explain who actually started fighting, and were you fighting his brother, or were you fighting somebody else? Like, how did that happen?
Yeah, and I can see now, especially, it's all been blown out of proportion. But so originally, I'll go back a couple steps. Me and my girlfriend, I wouldn't even call it an argument. She was upset that I lost the lid to her koozie. I dropped it in the water. Generally speaking, that's how it started. And I dropped her new koozie in the water. And so she started to let me hear it and basically told me I was paying for it. And she was really upset with me and mad about it. And I needed to kind of sober up a little bit. And so we're walking back. And during that time, this guy that I'm not friends with, I know of him. I don't know him. I didn't even recognize him when I got in an original fight.
Come on in, Miss Parker. He know this guy that he don't know. Come on, Miss Park.
You mean to tell me we drunk? I've been to many parties. I'm pretty sure you have, Shane. If y'all don't hear the repetitiveness, it sound like deja vu. This sound like Warren's interview. Just we're gonna switch it up a little bit. Cause didn't Warren say it was 50 people?
Mm-hmm.
Didn't Warren say everybody goes out there because it's peaceful? That's where they get away to get peace. Who's counting the people they know at the beach, at a party, when you're drunk? I seen 25 of my friends. Y'all know how many people I seen in the club? Hell, I've seen a lot of people. We don't know the count. We ain't out on the beach counting. Shane, you ever went to a party, seen a whole lot of your homeboys? You ain't keep counting who all you knew in the party. You knew a lot of people at the party, right?
Mm-hmm.
Nolan knew 50 people. It was 50 people. So it was 50 people for what? What's that giving us? It's just repetitive. It just sounds like the interview that Warren did. Let's switch it up. Again, like Kay said, where did this boy come from?
Mm-hmm.
You was never mentioned. You only got mentioned because a recording came out of somebody saying, "Give me my phone." You was never mentioned to be somebody on those 3 boats. Warren never said you. He said, "My buddy." He definitely said Bart's name, did he not, Shane? That's why I want to talk to Wyatt.
Mm-hmm.
Because we knew that Wyatt was the one that said, "Come on, come the F on and get on this boat." We want to talk to the person whose boat he was on. This is all a diversion. Every time you play, listen, like I said, and I ain't gonna keep interrupting your show. It's just, it's so many points in this. And it's like I said, it just sounds like he took some stuff from Warren's interview, put it in this one, and you get what I'm saying? Tatum know what he doing. He just doing it. It's messy. It's distasteful. And like Kay said, it's very disrespectful. And it is evil. It's very evil. It's some horrible intentions behind this, Shane. And it's like it's almost saying in other words, I told y'all I was on TikTok. I'm in contact with some little kids from Ocean Springs, right? I even showed you Shank, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they was talking about all the crazy stuff that happens down there. The racism, the dark side. Have y'all seen the side, Shane? The list is unbearable. Nolan made the list of people who's gone in this school. I never seen nothing like it. It scared me. I quit looking at it. I wrote the names down on the paper that's in there where you are. That's how scary it is. You'll see it on the other side of the notes. I put Ocean Springs, and I wrote all the deaths, and that's what I could, and I quit watching it. I quit writing the names down. So we're not painting anything. The people in your community is speaking out.
Mm-hmm. It's the other set of friends. I played that in the very beginning. I don't know if you was in here, Miss Parker. Matter of fact, let me play it real quick. It's the other set of friends. And in this interview, he gonna speak on the other set of friends against them.
Do y'all hang out outside of here a lot?
Oh, yeah. Y'all live together pretty much? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Everywhere. Us three. Last spring, us three, bro, we were together every day, wasn't it? Like when it was it spring when it was cold and then he had the Chrysler.
That was like 2 years ago. But every day we just working out. Go to the crib, play the workout, get eat, go to the crib, play the game, go home, get back on the game. Just chilling, bro.
What's your favorite place to eat around here together?
You know,
Do y'all hang out outside of here a lot?
oh yeah,
Yeah.
do we? Yeah.
Y'all live together pretty much? Yeah.
Oh yeah, we be everywhere.
Sure.
Us three. Last spring, us three, bro, we were together every day. Like when it was it spring when it was cold and then he had the Chrysler.
That was like 2 years ago. But every day we just working out. Go to the crib, play the workout, get eat, go to the crib, play the game, go home, get back on the game. Just chilling, bro.
What's your favorite place to eat around here together?
You know,
See that set of friends is coming for them. Because remember, at his funeral, it was a lot of dudes at his funeral, a lot of friends at his funeral. They wasn't there because they know. And that's probably where some of them threats, if the threats were coming, which I don't think so.
I don't think they were getting threats like that either.
And you know, AI, you can do a lot of stuff with AI now. And I can create. I've seen people create messages from other people, and somebody had to tell me you could do that to yourself. Like I could make it. They can make messages of Shank. Like I could say Shank was threatening me and Outlet, and it wasn't even him, but I could put his number to it and everything.
I have to disagree, and I'm gonna drop down after this, y'all. I appreciate y'all having me on here, but I have to say this. Those guys that was at the funeral was Nolan's riders, shall I say. They was his hitters, for real. And you can tell by the way they came in there and they walked in there, you can tell. He needed them with him that day, that night, that evening, that morning, whatever. I believe, I don't think they're like wanting to kill them, but I believe, yeah, they want your ass. They want your head. Yeah, I believe that. Just looking at those boys walking to that funeral like that, them was some real riders. Them was the ones he needed to be with in the first place. I don't know why he with these skinny ass people that look like they done did dope all their life and they only 21, 18, not even 21. He needed to be with them riders. So I do believe they are catching slack for it. I do believe some people done pulled up on them, and they might continue to keep pulling up on them. They need to shut their mouth at this point because they digging a hole that they don't want. You talking junk about the mom, you talking about the dad, the stepdad, it's a bunch of mess. And the more they talk, the more people gonna want to hop on that ass. I'm just gonna be honest. I'm from the hood, and you can't talk about my child like that and I not do nothing about it or send people for you. I'm sorry. Shank, I know this your channel.
Handle your business.
You gotta bear with me. Like I told you, this story hits me hard. My son 19 in college and he plays D2 football. He's a quarterback. I wish this would happen to my baby. Oh, ain't no talking. I'm not waiting for authorities. I'm not waiting for nothing. And the way they coming out doing these interviews, oh, I'm on your heels. This is so disrespectful to the family, and I'm not going to be long. I'm about to drop down. This is so disrespectful to the family. I can look at the dad and tell the dad wants to do some shit too. I don't care if he's part Asian, Mexican, Puerto Rican. I don't care what he is. The fact that they can sit up there and do an interview and not care, not cry, not shed a tear. He even went to the island and it was like no remorse. What are we doing here? A child is gone. And all they could say, oh, is the boat malfunction. Oh, the boat and the pump and the who gives a fuck? What happened to him? Nobody wants to explain what happened to him. Now, I'm getting emotional. I'm going to drop down after this. What happened to him? You sitting there with your hat turned backwards like you really like that. You not like that, boy? Probably got a whole bunch of people in the room with him. I bet you Wyatt was in the room with him.
Mm-hmm.
No remorse. No remorse. And this is my last thing. And I love y'all. I appreciate you for having me, Shane.
Appreciate
Nolan
you.
blood is on their hands. Nolan blood is on their hands. And they better pray. They better pray. Because it's too late now. Y'all
Mm-hmm.
coming out with this bullshit. It's too late. Karma is a mug. And thank y'all for having me. I'm out, Shane.
Appreciate
Thank
you,
you, Miss
Kay.
Parker.
Salute, Kay. Thank you.
All right.
I love you.
All right, love you back. All right. Miss Parker or Mel slide in.
I agree with Kay 100%. The thing is, Kay, when you said you would have done something, but Ben is probably advising them to, if they want justice, they really got to just let him do his thing. Cause I'm like you, Kay. That's us. But then when you look at the brighter side of things, the way it's playing out, as much as we hate it, hey, keep it rolling because most posts sank from you and others. I mean, I've seen it. It wasn't like I did some counting today. I know he didn't get on that island on 4th of July and go, oh, I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, on and on to 50 friends out there. But I seen so many content creators talking about the lies. Talking about lies from these interviews. And that's crazy. Cause I ain't never seen so many people in tune and paying attention. Even Raina Fire was over there like, man, the lies in these interviews. She said I couldn't even listen to it. And when you said it tonight, it's like, she just said that. She said I couldn't even listen to it no more. I'm sick of the lies.
I'ma just wait till tomorrow and just, when I done got some sleep and I done ate, and I can break it down. But now that's why I'm letting it just play and I'm letting y'all go because I can't. Go ahead, Miss Parker.
It's sad, Shank. I ain't gonna lie. This right here gotta be one of the saddest when it comes to this, and I agree with you, Shank, when you said, and Kay made a good point. Who care about the pump? Like he did a whole tutorial about the boat breaking down and what you got to do to what they did to fix it. Did he not? What did that have to do? I'm with Kay on that 100%. And I had to go under there and get the pump, and so Bart had to come, and then he put that anchor down. White got in the water, but my buddy got in the water, put that anchor down waist deep because the water's waist deep. And when he put that I was like, what?
Wait, hold on for a minute. I thought the boat was moving. I can't.
Go back and listen to one. That's why I said I get Shank's frustration. Everything Kay said is true. You gotta really listen in detail.
Yeah, the boat
About
was moving because he was giving the coordinates and he gave 3 different coordinates.
Mel, if you
Because that
go
boat was
back,
moving.
girl, if you go back to Warren's video, he's gonna talk about what he had to open the door. Come on, Shank. I mean, the whole territorial. I had to open the door, pull the hatch. Then after I pulled the hatch, it's like, what? Wait a minute.
But don't the boat motor have a thing that be spinning around?
But Mel, who care about, like Kay just said, that's the point. Who care about what you did to fix the boat? What Warren did? What Wyatt got in the boat? That Bart went and turned around, then he came back and turned around again. Shank, I'm dropping down too. Salute everybody. Justice for Nolan. Man, this can't be life.
Appreciate you, Miss Parker.
Later, Miss Parker.
All right, Mel.
This
It's
is
all
crazy.
it's all you, Mel. Take advantage. You got as much time as you want. Take
Yeah.
advantage, Mel.
Shank, you know I be popping off, but I really don't know the real reason for this guy right here interview, because to me, Just Wyatt's interview was bad, but this right here just took it to a whole nother level of insane. You already say you leaving the island because you've been in a fight. You so mad that that they got to take you off the island.
Mm-hmm.
But then you walk by, you and your girl walk by Nolan, you dapped him up. But then you got in another fight. But you was leaving the island so mad at your girl. Like, make it make sense.
And
So
remember, he
that's why
said,
I say, well, are you the one that got in the fight with Nolan? Because you was so
right.
mad?
And remember, he said something slick to Nolan about that
Exactly.
girl. Finish,
About
Mel.
that girl. They kept, and that's another thing. It's even like the level of respect they had for Katie, because they kept referring to Katie as that girl.
Mm-hmm.
That girl, that girl. That's the way they was referring to her.
Mm-hmm.
Now, was it because they didn't want Katie to get close to Nolan, because then it would take away their time with him? Well, I don't really think they was all. They probably was cool with him, but I don't think that it was that deep. But it could have been. But when he said he was leaving the island because he was so angry, he got into a fight, so he had to leave the island. Well, did you have two fights? I think you cut it off with officer. I mean, yeah, was asking him about that other fight, because he brought it up as Nolan's brother. I mean, he said, "Well, were you fighting Warren, brother?" So he had to clean it up and say he was fighting, but he never did say who he was fighting. So I don't know. I can't remember if they ever said Nolan was in the fight. Or I guess they did say Nolan was in the fight, right?
No, they said Nolan wasn't never in the fight. They don't know where Nolan was at, but he wasn't in the fight. So,
but if you and your girl walked past Nolan and you dapped him up, y'all wasn't walking on water. So where did you pass him up at? You had to be actually on the island.
And then being the good guy Nolan is, the one that likes to help everybody and the one that don't like to see no drama and all that. He ain't try to break up the fight. He ain't try to intervene and say, hey man, you don't be arguing, and hey y'all, this life of the party guy, Nolan. The guy that just don't want to see no drama, and the peacemaking don't want to see nobody and nothing. When this fight was going on, Nolan wasn't around. Nolan wasn't there. All right, go ahead, Mel.
I guess he passed him a long time ago, but it seems like he was on his way back to the boat. But if you passed him and you stopped and dapped him up, y'all had to be on the island. So how could you drop your girl top in the water? You made it seem like y'all was on the boat and you dropped the top of the water. Because if you was just on the island and you dropped the top in the water, well, how could y'all be walking and pass Nolan? Just making make sense to me. So I think that Officer Tatum, of course, is gonna get views because this is another interview. But he really missed the ball on this interview right here, because this interview just kind of like muddied the water.
It really did.
Because it don't even make any sense what he's saying. Like y'all saying, he's inserted himself into something, or did he insert? Or are these the two main culprits that they are pulling out?
Right.
To see who tells on who.
Right. I see you kicking it with the rooks. I see you, Rook. You right. It's like, dude, it's like you get away from the crime and then you come back. It's like, dude, what are you doing? Or it's like you just jumping at some ish that you don't got nothing to do with. Like, for what? And one of the main culprits, where's Wyatt at?
That's who I want to come out.
Where's Wyatt? Now, if Wyatt do an interview, I'm gonna have to let y'all break it down, and I'm gonna just let you. I ain't gonna even attempt to cover Wyatt's interview. It's gonna be too much for me. Let me get back to him, y'all, and then we'll get out of here.
I wouldn't even call it an argument. She was upset that I lost the lid to her koozie. I dropped it in the water. Generally speaking, that's how it started. And I dropped her lid, her new koozie in the water. And so she started to let me hear it and basically told me I was paying for it. And she was really upset with me and mad about it. And I needed to kind of sober up a little bit. And so we're walking back. And during that time, this guy that I'm not friends with, I know of him. I don't know him. I didn't even recognize him when I got in an original fight. He had butted himself into my conversation.
And you know why he's saying that, right? Because he don't want to give up the name of the guy because, as I said, whoever they were in this fight with, then that's who the law need to go and have a conversation with. But by him not name dropping, but you pretty much saying, I know of him. Okay, well, what do you know of him? But I don't know him. So,
but according to him and Warren, they knew everybody.
Right. I mean, y'all got to make this make sense. I'm gonna come back. Yeah, man. This, man. Hold up, y'all. I see you, Aunt Nettie. I'm gonna let you and Melvin. At the start of the game, I'm losing my mind up here, y'all. Literally. So many holes in this.
Were you fighting his brother, or were you fighting somebody else? Like, how did that?
Yeah, and I can see now, especially, it's all been blown out of proportion. But so originally, I'll go back a couple steps. Original, me and my girlfriend, I wouldn't even call it an argument. She was upset that I lost the lid to her koozie. I dropped it in the water. Generally speaking, that's how it started. And I dropped her lid, her new koozie in the water. And so she started to let me hear it and basically told me I was paying for it. And she was really upset with me and mad about it. And I needed to kind of sober up a little bit. And so we're walking back. And during that time, this guy that I'm not friends with, I know of him. I don't know him. I didn't even recognize him when I got in an original fight. He had butted himself into my conversation and basically was telling me how I needed to handle or address the situation with my girlfriend. And man, we weren't even yelling at each other. We weren't arguing. It was more along the lines of, I literally told her, I was like, man, I just want a beer. And she was like, well, go get one, blah, blah, blah. Well, when I said that, she ducked her head underwater and he had walked up and he told me that I needed to watch how I talked to my girlfriend. And I looked at him and I told him, I was like, this has nothing to do with you. We're good. This has nothing to do with you. And he sat there and he was like, well, I'm going to tell you, I better not hear it again. And I looked at him and I was like, you need to excuse yourself from the situation. And after I came out, he swung. He threw the first punch. And we went back and forth. I remember at one point in time, I look over and I see my uncle, and my uncle's yelling at me to get in the boat. I stopped fighting. As soon as me and him made eye contact, I got in the boat, I'm sorry. And I listened to my uncle.
And what was Warren's brother's involvement in this?
And so I was getting there. So when I'm on the boat and they're trying to cool me down, I'm trying to get back off the boat. So I see the crowd forming up on the island. Well, my little brother and Carter are like really good friends, like best friends, I would say. He's over at our house all the time. Carter heard him still talking crap as he's getting out of the water, and I'm on the boat, and the situation is done and over with, right? Well, he sees him talking crap, so Carter gets up, and more along the lines of defending me. And for what? He was like, well, if you got a problem with Tristan, we can handle it right here.
So what's the racial breakup of these people that are involved? So the guy that you fought was
white. I'm the only black guy involved in this whole entire thing.
Yeah.
And at all. I mean, I don't know. Carter Carter is white. The dude I got in a fight with is white.
Mm-hmm.
I was the only black guy involved with this. My girlfriend's white. My uncle's white. There was
now you see now. Let me go. I can't do this, y'all. I can't, y'all. I'm gonna literally had to end this live. I'm gonna let it finish playing, and then I'm gonna let Mel and Aunt Nettie. I'm gonna let y'all speak, but I can't do this, y'all. I can't, y'all.
Yeah.
And at all, like I mean, I don't know. Carter is white. The dude I got in a fight with is white.
Mm-hmm.
I was the only black guy involved with this. My girlfriend's white. My uncle's white. There was no other black guy involved. And I know Ben Crump tried to run with a story saying that was Nolan. Well, I was like, nice try. But there was another black guy on the island, so now your whole narrative needs to change again.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, but that was Carter's involvement, and that was kind of it. Like, after the fight, man, I remember getting off the boat. I got off the boat, and I walked up to the island, and I was telling people, I was like, hey, like, I just need to cool off. Like, let me be. This is after everything is dispersed. There was no crowd anymore when I walked off the boat. And I was like, let me be. Well, again, my uncle yelled at me, and I was like, I don't care what you're doing. Get back on the boat. We're leaving. So I got back on the boat, and we left shortly after that.
And at least I know you from the interviews that you've done. Some of the other boys haven't spoken out at all.
Yeah.
You've had a chance to use your voice to put the truth out there. You did an interview with, I think, ABC, and you also did an interview with the Rolling Stones.
That was my first interview, with Rolling Stones.
The first interview was Rolling Stones, then ABC?
And then ABC, yes.
Now, from what you told me before this interview is that the Rolling Stones gave you a very fair interview. It seemed like the young lady who interviewed you articulated very clearly what you told her with no fluff, no nothing added.
And she cared. She really did care. And she made sure that what she was telling was the complete truth behind everything with me, with my uncle, and then also fact-checking on her side as being in media. And it all aligned, man. And when they came out with that, it was really genuine. When I felt that, it brought me to tears because it was like, that's the truth. That's exactly how it needed to be worded. And I appreciated her. I appreciated her a lot. And we taken her out to One Island this morning to do another little bit. But she's done well, and that's the truth. Her story is nothing but the truth.
Now, ABC, on the other hand, did they treat you fairly, or how did they go?
So, I don't want to say they treated me unfairly. The quotes that he used in the article, he did ask me for my permission on it. And I gave it to him. Here's what comes out of your body when you take car.
Come on. Hold up, yeah.
To an extent, I changed up some stuff, and that he initially didn't change when he came out with it. And then the voice recording, that's really what gets me, because that's what the main people are listening to, right? They're not going in and reading in depth in the article and really seeing everything. They're just going off about what's on TV, because people don't like to read these days.
I can't do it. Now people don't like to read these days. Come on, Mel and Aunt Natty. Take it away.
Oh, Shay. He said the last time I saw Nolan, I dapped him up and I said something smart about that girl, right?
Something slick.
Something slick. He turned right around and said, last time I saw him, I told him I loved him. Which one is it?
Yeah.
Which one is it? Your black side don't fool with you. Your white side love you. But you identified yourself as the only black in the concentration. But now your black side don't fool with you. Why you owning that?
You cooking, Aunt Natty.
Another thing. Listen to me good. You want to make sure that everybody knew. Well, first of all, your black side might not fool with you, but you can show tell you're black. Don't look
Mm.
like no white nowhere near your stinking, as you say, funky ass. Now let's get that clear. It's probably the white side that don't really want to fool with you while you kissing wives now behind.
Mm. Mm.
Now this, I'm like Mel, you was in the water. Wait a minute. Remember, Warren said his brother got in a fight, put the man on an arm chuck,
Yep.
busted that their nose was bleeding, right?
Yes, ma'am.
He say the boy just stood up and told him, if you got a problem with Tristan, you got one with me. Which one was it?
Mm. Mm.
Listen now, two different versions of Warren's brother in a fight. You say he hit you first and y'all had words, but y'all was fighting in the water. Because when you went to get on the boat, the man was coming out the water when Warren's brother confronted him now.
Mm.
Ain't that what he just said?
Yes, ma'am.
So we fighting in the water?
Mm.
And if you notice, Uncle Rufus is answering most of the questions he's asking him, giving him a lead on.
Yep. Yep. That's facts.
Let me tell you something. He bootlicking this dusty looking ninja that's trying to act like he's down cool with his hat on backwards, probably smelling like yesterday's trash.
Mm.
You did not go out. Why you wait till Monday to take your boat out?
Mm.
Warren said y'all went looking Sunday.
Ain't that what he said?
That's what Warren said. But now people done spotted y'all out eating breakfast that Sunday morning, all y'all together as a group. You was
Mm.
getting your lives together.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But why didn't you go out Sunday morning? Why you so glad you told him you loved him? Now
Mm.
that
Mm.
article brought you to tears. That lady did such a good job from Rolling Stone. It brought you to tears.
Mm.
But you sitting there and your buddy, your best friend, is gone. You notice how he got his arms folded
Yes, ma'am.
the whole interview?
Yes, ma'am.
That's closing itself off.
Mm.
Body language.
Mm.
He closing himself off. He's sticking to the script a little better than Warren. But see
Mm.
that when they get to ad libbing and test the line and
Yep.
trying to spice it up,
Yep.
that's when they go off script. Now, Warren said in their group, wasn't no grown people on the island. He said his uncle told him to get on the damn boat.
Mm. Mm.
I'm
Mm.
just saying. Even though we know Warren mama was on the island, because she took a picture with Warren on the island.
Yeah.
But you see,
Yes, ma'am.
now if I can listen, and say, first of all, this is what I should have said first. The biggest lie he told is Mississippi not racist.
Mm. 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 Mm.
But listen good. He said Ocean Springs is a tight knit
Yes, ma'am.
community, and we gonna always have each other's back.
Yes, ma'am.
He telling you then, whatever them white boys say, I'm gonna back them up and I'm sticking to it. Point
Yes,
blank
ma'am.
period. That's
Yes,
all I
ma'am.
needed to hear. You gonna go wrong. But baby, let me tell you a little something. Thurston, Tristan, whatever you want to call it. Your black ass might be the next one on the line.
Mm. Mm. Mm.
And when it happened to you,
Mm.
I hope your white daddy or white mammy don't try to get justice because
Mm.
you have black from being crunk.
Mm. 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 Facts.
I don't care what Nolan's mom is.
That's
And
right.
that is his daddy.
That's right.
I don't care if they were aliens. What happened to Nolan? I don't care about your white girlfriend. I don't give a damn about your white uncle. I don't
That's
give a
right.
damn about your mammy.
That's
What
right.
I care about is what happened to Nolan.
That's
Listen
right.
to the words. You got it, Mel.
Wow.
That was so heavy. I was getting lost in that conversation. Swear to God. But I mean, it's all obvious. I think he really, this interview right here, it just kind of was all wrong. And we can't allude to the fact that he did mention that Ben Crump didn't know who he was messing with, and I'm
Right.
just gonna
Yep.
I'm just gonna sit there right there, and I'm.
That's a threat. That's a threat.
But Glenn Crump and Al Sharpton, the governors, he letting them know, niggas, if y'all don't go somewhere, we gonna file criminal charges on y'all.
Yeah.
You heard what he said,
Yeah.
didn't he?
Yes. Yes.
That's really when people getting hyped about these FBI. The FBI is not investigating Nolan's death. They
Nope.
there for the threats for Ashley, not Ashley, Ashley, the judge.
Yep.
And a
Yep.
threat. Yo, grandmama look evil and she gonna kill you. You know how many kids done told mouse kids, yo mama ugly, yo mama mean.
That's
You ain't
facts.
say that about parents and grandparents since the beginning of time. To be the
That's
best
facts.
looking mama in the world. And they get mad and say, your mama ugly, your mama mean.
That's
That ain't
facts.
no threat, little boy.
And let me just slide in. And we all old school. And we know when we tell somebody you don't know who you effing with, we mean business. Yes or
That's
no?
right.
We
That's
mean
right.
business. Any of us, all of us. When somebody tell you that, you don't know who you effing with. That means we mean business. And what he
But
just said, what Mel said, he said, Ben Crump
being
don't
from
know
though.
who he effing with. We gonna
But
stick
when
together. Ocean Springs stick together.
he say we got each other.
Yep,
That
that's
meant damn Nolan, he gone. I'm sticking with these other boys that's here. But baby, one somebody they can't mess with. He sits high and he look low.
mm. And
He say
on
the
that,
last will be first and the first will be last.
that's
So
right.
baby, it's coming out.
And on that note, y'all, I had a long day. I've been up since 7:30. I did my first demonstration at 8 a.m. I had a long day. I wish I could go longer, but we're gonna get out of here. Any last words, Mel?
And I salute Shane and salute to the rest of the panel and everybody that joined in. But this is definitely a deep conversation, and this interview right here just took things like way over the top. But he said a lot and a little at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Salute.
Salute. Appreciate you, Mel. All right, it's all you, Aunt Natty. Your last words. Take us home.
Salute, Shaq. Remember these key words. We got each other's back.
Yeah.
Remember two things. Can either the last thing you said was something slick about that girl, or the last thing you said was "I love you, buddy."
Mm.
Can't be both of them. One had to be before the other. And watch his body language. I'll catch you on your next demonstration.
All right. Appreciate you, Aunt Natty.
All right. Bye bye.
All right. Salute everybody, and I'll see everybody back tomorrow. All right. Y'all can hang around, and I'll let the chat roll. All right. I'll see everybody tomorrow.